Hello everybody, welcome today to my home. Today we'll be talking about spaying and neutering your animals and why it is so important. We'll be talking about what it is, why it should be done, the good things that come from it, uncovering some of the myths that people believe that are not true. There will be a math challenge. We're going to think about the realistic facts about having a litter in your home, what we're going to do about this. Well, starting, did you know that for every human baby born, there are 7 puppies and kittens born? 12 million animals get euthanized every year. An animal is euthanized every 2 seconds. Imagine 1, 2, an animal's gone. How sad is that? At least 50% of the overpopulation problem is non-neuter males. And did you know that 40,000 animals were euthanized in Arkansas alone in 2000? How sad is that? Have you ever wondered how lonely a kitty must be out there in the streets? You ever wanted to stop and feed it? Give it some food, come back upstairs to your home and grab some food from your cat and give it to it? Well, you know how many people actually help doing that? Not too many. Well, like I said, we're going to be talking about spaying and neutering, and this pretty much fits with the whole picture and idea of it. So what is spaying? Spaying is a general term used to describe the ovarial hysterectomy of a female animal, and neutering is a general term used to describe the castration of a male animal. However, neutering is used for both, usually for both genders, and is done by a veterinarian, and it pretty much renders the animal incapable of reproducing, kind of like animal birth control, if you might say. So why do you think it should be done? It should be done to prevent overpopulation of stray animals. To prevent euthanization for many innocent animals. There's so many that are out there that just get killed without anything. They're babies and nobody comes and adopts them, and they just die. They just kill them because they can't afford them. You know, actually $100 of taxpayer money goes into killing, destroying, and feeding this one animal. If you spay and neuter an animal, it can actually prevent diseases that can come from not spaying or neutering. You can have a healthier and happier pet. And the younger the animal, the easier and less complicated the surgery. You know, you actually don't have to wait till they're 6 months in order to spay them or neuter them. You can actually do it way younger. I actually bought a pet one time, and when it hit the 6-month mark, I took it to get spayed, and I hadn't really realized that it was already spayed. So I took it, and they said, "Whoa, you know what? This animal's already spayed. We got her when she was 2 months," meaning that she must have gotten the surgery done when she was tiny, when she was barely born. So just imagine how young they can be whenever they can get this done. There are many good things that come from it. It can actually make your animal healthier. They can have less diseases. It can change your animal's character, but only in a very positive way. Your animal will actually be more cuddly and warm towards you, less aggressive towards other animals, and those will be less dominant and less territorial. Neuter pets are usually better behaved than those who are not, because they're not in heat, so they're not trying to fight you to get to a female or whatever the case may be. Also, there are many myths that people believe that are really not true about spaying and neutering these animals. One of the myths is that people think that pets will be happier and healthier, and actually your pet runs less of a risk of getting diseases when spayed and neutered. Spayed and neutered pets actually live 30% longer than intact animals. Big difference. Female dogs actually have a 700% increase in breast cancer rates after only 5 heats. Male dogs not neutered have 25 to 30% chance of getting prostate or testicular cancer when not spayed or neutered. That's a big chance. Are you really willing to take that chance on your baby that you just bought? You know, we get really attached to these animals. They feel like our kids, right? Another myth is that it costs too much. Usually that's what people usually think. And actually, there are actually places or programs they can actually give you vouchers for this test if you're a senior citizen or you don't have enough money for it, and they can actually give you discounts sometimes too. Other things that people think is that your animal gets fat and lazy, and this is only if you let it happen. Only if you don't exercise them the way that you should, they start getting fat or tubby, like I call my kitty. People actually think that your female animal's emotional state will be altered if you don't let them have their first heat cycle, which is actually once again not true. There is no effect on the emotional health of the animal. People think that it could prevent mating from happening. They could prevent mating from happening if you keep them separated, but actually Animals are very determined. They will find a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. So if they really want to do it, they're going to do it. They climb over fences. They jump through fences. I, as a matter of fact, have little ninjas over here trying to cut through everything, trying to get to each other. Even though they're not spayed or anything, but I'm just giving you an example of how determined they are whenever they want to do something. So here's a little math challenge for you, a little food for thought. One female dog has a litter of 4 puppies. She has the same number of puppies twice a year for 6 years. If every puppy born from every litter during those 6 years has 4 puppies, how many puppies will you have been reproduced during the 6-year period? If allowed to breed, one female could be responsible for 67,000 births within 6 years. Because you know it's a chain. It's gonna keep happening. One has it, the other one has it, another one has it, another one has it. It's a never-ending chain. So before you do this, before you have a littering home, you gotta make sure that you think about all the aspects that come when owning a pet. Do you have enough money for this pet? Is your house big enough? Are you gonna let it walk it enough? Are you gonna feed it like the way you should? Will you give them love and affection the way that they need it and deserve it? And will you be happy with your decision in the end of having all these animals running around your house? Are you going to get attached to them? Is it going to be hard to give them away afterwards? Think about it, because it's not just your life you're thinking about, but many little lives, believe it or not. What I am trying to do is I'm trying to start a Facebook cause, and my goal is to get 1 million people to join. Once we have recruited 1 million people, I want to take it to Congress and try to enact it into a law. People who have spayed and neutered pets should register their animals in the national system, and if you get caught without a breeder license and animals that have not been spayed or neutered, it will be a fine to pay. So what did we talk about right now? We talked about the statistics of all these neutered and spayed animals, about what spaying and neutering is, why should it be done, the good things about it, uncovering some of the myths, why you should think before you act, and have litters in your home. We did a little bit of math challenge, and I told you what I really wanted to do in order to promote this. So, thank you very much for listening to my speech. I really hope that you think about what exactly you're getting yourself into whenever you are planning or having a litter in your home. And last but not least, I wanted to show you a little baby of mine. Come here. Here's one of my treasured babies. This is Nala. We adopted her, and I just want you to think, are you willing, she's such a handful and she's just one, are you willing to have a ton of these running around your home, eating up all your things? Okay, we love them to death, yes we do, but think about it, how many of them get killed every year? How many? Is it really worth it? Look at their little faces. And I have another one over there cooking. We love them, right? Well then don't kill them and spay and neuter your animals. Thank you.